Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to download and use the LastPass extension in Chrome, which is a password manager. It'll make your life easier and it'll make your web browsing and accounts more secure. So the first thing that we want to do is go to the Chrome web store in your Google Chrome browser, and I'm doing that just by searching Google Chrome for it. And the first thing that we want to do here is just click on the store and then search in the search bar up here for LastPass. And here's the first result I'm getting here is LastPass. I'm just going to click Add to Chrome and hit Add Extension. And it's just going through the install process now. Okay, so it takes you to this page after it installs, telling you to click on the icon, which got added up here. I'm just going to go ahead and click on that, and it wants you to make an account. And I already made an email to use for this video, so I'm just going to type that in. You would type in whatever email that you would want to use with the account and check I agree to terms and services and make sure you read them thoroughly. And then click on create an account. And then you need to make a master password here, which this is the one password that you're going to have to remember from now on, and you won't have to remember anything else. And then you can put in a hint if you want to. I'm not going to. And then just click next. And then it takes you to this landing page here. It's going to ask you if you want to import some of your accounts. I'm not going to do that right now. And here it wants to give you a little tour. I'm going to hit I'm done because I already know how to do that, and I'm showing you guys how to do that right now. So from here I'm going to click on the extension, which is now lit up since we signed in, and click on Open My Vault. We'll get to this other stuff later. And this is going to be where you'd see all the accounts that you've stored in LastPass. There's nothing here yet because we haven't made anything. And we can go over to the left bar here. You can see where my cursor is. And it says all items. That's what page we're on now. So that would be, you can also store notes, addresses, cards, bank accounts, all that stuff in here. So this is what would be all of that stuff on one page. We can filter it by the different stuff here. And then you have your settings and whatnot down here. So let's go ahead and make a new account for Google and add it into here. So let's exit out of here, and just make a Google account. And we'll just click on here, create your Google account. So let's fill out this. And what you're noticing here is after I've filled out the name and the new email that I'm going to use just for the purpose of this video, is you'll see these little icons here, and you'll start to see these on any kind of new account registration page now that you have the extension filled in. And what we can do is we can click on it and just click on Fill Password. And what it does is it generates this random string of numbers and letters for us. I'm going to click that and see it automatically filled it in for us. And after we finish registering here, it's not actually my birthday. I'm not going to fill that in, not going to fill that in. I agree. You'll see, aside from this little Chrome thing, you'll see this pop up, and it says Add to LastPass. So that's exactly what we want to do, is we want to hit Add, and it says All Set. So now that we're done with this Google thing, which I'm never going to use again, we can click on Open My Vault here, and we'll see this Google. So we have the one thing added here. We can click on this little edit feature, and we can see that it automatically added to the email folder. It saved our username, and it saved that password. It shows it as little dots here, but if we click on the eye, we can actually see what it is. So we're going to hit save because we didn't change anything. That's how we would go about adding an account to LastPass. I can show you guys here if we want to sign out here, and we can go ahead and click on our account to sign back in, and you'll see this little thing, and this is going to start popping up on all your sign-in pages too, and we can click on that and it'll recognize, oh, you want to sign into that Google account that you just made. Go ahead and click on it, and it fills in our password for us, and you can see it signed us right in. Okay, so from here, I just kind of want to show you guys an idea of how this might benefit you aside from the convenience, the actual security benefits. So I'm going to go back to our vault here and go over the Google account that we just made and click on the little wrench here, and uncrypt my password, and I'm going to copy it. So just Control C. And then I'm going to go to a website that's actually going to show us how secure our password actually is. So for the first test here, I'm just going to use an example of what somebody might use for their password. So there's a street by my house called McCarty, so I'm just going to type in McCarty with an uppercase M, 245. And it says it would take a computer about 8 months for your to crack your password. And I mean, that's a pretty decent password, right? But imagine if you don't want to remember a password for every site, and say you were just using that one site. If somebody cracked that password, they could use it for all your other sites. So unless you're really good at remembering secure passwords, I would recommend using this. So that would take 8 months. Let's try the password that LastPass gave us. So I'm just going to go ahead and paste it right in here. It would take a computer about 3,000 years as opposed to 8 months to crack this password. So that's just an example of how using LastPass, aside from just remembering your passwords for you, actually using their generated passwords, of how much more secure that could be. Another cool thing that I wanted to show you guys in this video is the actual security challenge feature that LastPass has. So this can work with any account. It's right down here on your bar. So let's just click on that. We'll click on Show My Score. And it's going to ask you to re-enter your master password. Remember, this is the one that we made when we first made the LastPass account, and the only password that you have to remember from now on. Click on Continue, and here it shows an actual score. This is your overall score. This is your LastPass standing, so this account is in the top 17% in terms of security, and this is a score for your master password. And here it shows all your accounts. We just have the one Google account. It's 96% secure based on theirs. It'll give you an option to auto change your passwords, where you just type in what you want the new one to be, and it tries to change it for you. It doesn't always work. It does in some situations. And I think it's really cool because it shows you all the accounts that you've had duplicate passwords for. Like when I first signed up for LastPass, I was one of those people that was using the same password for everything. So once I got all my accounts in here, I had like a ton of them in here showing in the duplicate category. So you can go through there and make sure that you change them all. It has a section for your weak passwords where it thinks it's not a duplicate of another site, but it's not great. They're not strong passwords. So it really helps you not only store your passwords for further use in memory, but it also helps you get secure with your passwords and make sure that you don't have similar passwords on every site. Okay, so there's one last thing that I wanted to show you guys, and it's pretty important for your LastPass account in my opinion. So we want to go to Account Settings down here, and we want to go to Multi-Factor Options. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to add a Google Authenticator to this account. So even if somebody figures out your master password, they can't get into it without this authenticator. So we're going to click this pencil here and click edit. Enabled, change that to yes. And I'm going to jump over to my phone really quick. We're going to click on view barcode. I have to put in my master password one more time. And I'll jump over to the phone and show you guys how to do this. Okay, so we're going to click begin setup, and it's going to ask us to scan the barcode. So I'm just going to click scan barcode, and I'm going to zoom in here, and look, it already got this in here. So this code will randomly generate every, I think, 30 seconds, and it'll require you to enter this in when you log into your LastPass account. So this just adds another level of security to your account so people can't get at your passwords. We'll jump back over to the computer, and it's just going to ask me to re-enter my master password one more time to save these changes, and then ask me to put in that random number sequence. So I'll go ahead and type that in from my authenticator app and click OK. And there you go. Settings have been successfully updated.